Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. Sorry about that a little too much. You know what? Sorry, not sorry. Fro in the building. You know what I'm saying? If you ever needed a pillow, I'm here for it. Yeah. Oh, man. So, today's a story time. I hope you're excited for it just as much as I am. And this story time is very, very exclusive because one, it's already out. The story time is a meditation. On this channel, if you go to my name and go to the videos, you will see the last video was like a 2-hour-long video. I'm about to take that story, that experience, into a 25, 35-minute video. However, what I'm doing right now, though, is I'm trying to figure out. Hold up, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. There we go. Desktop. It's gonna reveal. I don't think it's gonna work, but it's okay. Should have set this up a little bit better, huh? Shit. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna turn you on. We're gonna use our hotspot, even though I already paid for, well, I did already pay for my phone bill this month, so I'm good. I'm good, gang. On God. We straight. I'm gonna be using my iPad to play some frequencies. What's poppin'? The way your name is typed is Fire Cold Star. You kinda lit, twin. What's up, Blake? How you doing? Man, we chilling, bro. Y'all ready for a story time? It's finna get serious. What's good, Salvador Sosa? Gotta mix. Arash, what's poppin'? What's good, y'all? If you here, like the video, yo. Like the video. It's free, twin. And we finna dive into a story time. I prepared horribly for it, but hey, we finna get into it. Your fro looks nice. Thank you, Rhythm. Arash, you're from Iran. I hope you run into greater versions of your life. I know, I'm a little corny, so what? Who don't like a little corn in their life? Unless you're allergic to it, feel sorry. Quick question. I just got some Subway. I ate a whole foot long before we started. That shit was fire. Yo, are these chips really like that? The Miss Vicky's, are they really like that? Like, I need to know. Because I'm gonna eat that towards like the end of this. You feel me? Can you do back? I don't know what that means. Ninja, what's up? What's up, Christian? I ain't gonna lie, out of everybody that's here, I need everybody right now to comment the number 5. Thanks for liking the chain, bro. I ran this at night and I'm in Arash. Ooh. Comment the number 5. Everybody here, just comment the number 5. I want to see something. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate you. Thank you, Cold Star. Thank you, Christian. Anybody else want to drop the number 5 if you in here? Drop the number 5 if you in the building. Drop the number 5. Drop the number 5 if you in the building. Like the video if you here as well. Christian dropped a double 5. I appreciate it. You could drop a double 5 if you want to. It's up to y'all. I ain't say how many 5s you can drop. I just said a 5. You could drop 7 of them motherfuckers. It don't matter. What's good, Sia Tonga? Thank you for dropping a 5. I appreciate you. That nigga Blake said 6. Little typo. I think my girl mad at me. It's okay, bro. Your girl she won't be mad forever. It's alright. What do I think about Palestine? I don't know. I can't say. I don't really be in politics like that. So everyone who's here right now, if you're engaging with me, I want you to take your time to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just be here. Just be here for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm not gonna be live for long. I'm just gonna give a simple story of when I meditated and the stuff I experienced in the meditation. If you are interested in it, stay for a while. We're gonna get into it. Subscribe for more. My name is Jared Cinco. And what I do on Thursdays and Fridays, I talk about what I've learned in my experience, and I implement it in spiritual, mental, emotional, and soulful applications in life. And today is a story time because I haven't taken the time to really break down this story and put it in kind of like a easy to roll with type of thing. You feel me? So what is this country? I don't know what country that is, Ahmad. I don't know why you keep asking it. But hey, if you keep asking what country this is, what country you think I'm in? What country you think this is? Simple question. Because I don't know what country that is. I can't give you an answer. Does my hair smell? What does my hair smell like after I wash it? It probably smells like popcorn and cornbread. Anywho, bro thought she was mad at me. I'm good though. Oh yeah, bro, you great. How's life, Ninja? Christian, my life is doing pretty good, bro. Taking my time, doing what I do, flowing, you feel me? Trusting myself a little bit more every day, you feel me? Getting to that money on, you feel me? You know, casual things. All right, so thanks for the hair co-star, I appreciate it. Thank you, Sia, for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I am from America. I'm guessing the country that Imad kept typing earlier must have been like a country out on the east. Hey, I had a broken arm. Damn. Blake Sloss had a broken arm. I hope you healed that motherfucker. You feel me? I hope you healed it. You know, we all need an arm. We gotta grasp shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now that I've engaged with y'all, gave y'all some time, I would like if y'all were to stay and enjoy this story time. And you can even ask questions as I'm speaking in the story time. But when I get to rolling, I'm gonna get to rolling, okay? So this story takes place in my bedroom. This is where I meditated, and I had a good friend named Chris God. That's how he's labeled himself as, which is cool. We all are gods in our own way because we are a reflection of him or her. So in this meditation, we simply was trying to find codes of the soul. And the topic or the title of this is I forgot what I titled it, but it has to do with the abyss. I remember I titled it story time, the time into the abyss, or something like that, something of that nature. I don't know. So in this video, as I'm breaking this down, I want you to have an open mind, have an open heart, because the things I've experienced in my journey, it is for me technically, but the fact I'm speaking it into a video style to where people can listen to it means it's also for you to listen, to take in, and shoot, you can even disregard what don't matter to you, but if it makes sense to you, understand why, we can keep going. So once again, this setting takes place in my bedroom. I am a person that does utilize crystals every now and then. Literally have one right here. I use my crystals every now and then to help me with specific tasks that is used for. And in this meditation, Chris God was assisting me with aligning and unlocking my chakras before we even got into all the deep stuff. So when we aligned our chakras, we focused on the Earth Star chakra and we worked all the way up. The Earth Star chakra is the chakra below your feet. Really, it's the bottom of your feet. Where am I at? I'm driving to go to the library, and I'm making this video before I get to the library, okay? Steph or LeBron, who's better? They both fire as shit. You choose who's better. I'm not here to debate on that. So look. as I'm getting into going to the earth star, the roots, the solar, the sacral, the solar, the heart, there's two areas in my body that I didn't know were energy centers. There's a space above the heart and a space above the solar plexus. The space above the solar plexus is like in between, like an emerald green with like a sunshine to it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful hue. And then the space above the heart was pink. So for those who don't know, pink has two different meanings. Pink represents divine love. Excuse me, that sandwich was fire. One is divine love. The other represents masculine. What was it? It was divine love and masculine control. So think about all the men who wear pink. They're basically embracing the masculinity of themselves because they're wearing a color that... All right, we back. Turn my hotspot off. Hopefully the video will be better. All right, so look. Chris said, call your soulless body forward. And when I did, a cat came across the table. When this cat came across the table, it was very small, like not a kitten, but like a little bit bigger. So it came across the table and then it turned, went back again, because it was like the cat wanted me to notice it. And when the cat came this way, it stood like on his butt and his feet was down and his hands was up like this. The stomach opens up and like a shadowy figure comes out of the stomach of the cat. So I'm like, oh shit, this is the soulless body. And yeah, it was. So then I asked him, like, bro, first off, that was fire how you just did that. That was hard. How you use the cat like that? That was hard. It makes sense because cats have 9 lives. These 9 lives connect to 9 different dimensions that these cats are able to put their consciousness in, because cats have a very interesting origin story. The feline creature. And we'll get into that in the future. Not now. So, as we dive into this, John, then what I do next is, I do this next. Chris asked me, what is the soulless body? Why is he here? Well, not even why is he here, because he told me to bring him here. He said, what does the soulless body would like to do next? So I asked him, all right, so bro, what do you do? Why are you here? What are we meant to do? So then he opens up a portal towards the end of the table. And when we go towards the portal, I'm trying to remember what was the first place we went to, because we went to 3 different locations, y'all. 3 different locations. We didn't go to just one location. We went to 3 different locations. So I'm gonna say the first one that I remember the most. The first location we went to, it was like, everybody knows Joe Rogan. We went to his podcast setup. And when we go to his podcast setup, he's there. Joe Rogan's there. And then there's a woman. This woman is like, not super tall, but like tall. To the eyes of people that maybe like 5'9" or shorter, she's tall. She's like 5'11", maybe even 6 foot, 6'2". She has a tall stature of her. And she had like a robe, like an iridescent robe where you can see through it, but you can kind of like see it also can cover up. You know what I'm saying? Like lingerie a little bit. And she had on like all black, and like her body was like a silhouette. Like it wasn't solid, but it was like a flow. You feel me? So this flow of this divine feminine energy, I connect with Lilith and her sister Diana from occasion to occasion. And then I also can understand that the memory of Lilith and Diana in our subconscious. I'll get deeper into that in the future. However, I say this to say that's how I view this being, as a mixture of Lilith and Diana. Excuse me. And let's say it felt like Diana was talking to me, but Lilith was staring at me. That's what it felt like. It felt like Diana was talking to me, but Lilith was staring at me. And for those who know, Lilith was before Eve. Diana was after Lilith. Repeat that. Lilith was before Eve. Diana is after Lilith. Let me break it down. Lilith was in the garden with Adam before the story of Adam and Eve. Diana is Eve in the story of Adam and Eve. So without giving too much information on that, because I have to do more internal work to support why I'm saying that. However, I can understand it, which is why I speak it. So if you're here right now, you can ask a question at any time, and I'll answer your question when I get to it. I'm telling a story about my meditation I had a while back. I'm giving you all a simplified aspect of this story. So when I get there, Diana essentially says, "You see Joe, right? Joe Rogan. You see Joe, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." What's your issue with Joe? I'm like, "I have no issue with Joe." But then she says, "Of course not him. When you see him, what do you see?" "I see a white man, bald, doing a podcast." "Why do you see a white man?" I say, "Well, because that's what he is." "But that's the problem." This is what she says. She says, "That's the problem. You are continuing to see shit from flesh. You need to see the soul." And I'm like, whoa. And even if you slow it down, seed the soul. Feed the soul. We already feeding our soul, literally, with food. So if we're feeding our soul something every day, how often do we filter what we're feeding? How often do we clean what we're feeding? How often do we feed something and it's like amplifying our connection? Real shit. So, as that conversation continues, I start to realize the message that she's really trying to give to me. And it's bigger than just the soul aspect, is that on a collective scale, people get too caught up in skin tone and depiction, and they forget that we are all just simply human beings in different shades of hue. Keyword, human beings. We all animate the different hues of light. Hues, colors, red, black, orange, yellow, blue, gray. You know what I'm saying? Green, violet, purple, pink. All of these different colors. Humans project the emotional expression of these colors. We are the manifestation of the hues of light. So stop judging people about how they look. Instead, embrace the hue of their manifestation. That's deep as fuck. So let's go to the next thing. Then we leave that space. And we go to, so let me give a small side story. So I did a meditation on another day where I connected with the god of time, Kronos. And when I connected with him, it was like this fear type of energy in the middle of like this I'm gonna just say like his ozone. Because we connected in nature first, but then I looked him in his eyes. And when I looked him in his eyes, it was like I was transported to a space where time itself is a construct that you can see engulf itself. And there are different lanes that were open as I'm walking towards it. It was one lane, which is me, I'm walking. There's another lane, it's a being with a body of a human, but the head of a lion. And then the other one is the body of a human, head of a turtle. So I'm like, huh, that's interesting. And I ended up getting their names. I'm not gonna speak it now, but let's just say O and Joe. right? So O and Joe, they're I built a connection with them. Do I talk to them 24/7? Nah, I don't, because life be lifing sometimes. But when I'm in meditation, sometimes I could bring them up and I can visually see them and speak to them. If you could visually see something, know you're connecting with it. Real shit. And yeah, if you visualize Jesus, you're talking to Jesus. Just understand what version of Jesus you're talking to. There's different versions of Jesus. Real shit. Like even right now, I'm thinking of the version of Jesus that was on Family Guy. That nigga was funny. No God. So look. We get to a position where like O and Joe, we're able to see. Oh shit. Okay. I'm moving too fast. Not I'm moving too fast. I picked it up finally. So there was a visual of, if you all don't know, I believe our Earth is a disc, not flat, but like a disc. A disc is flat, but a disc holds depth. When people say flat, they think of like a flat line. Like, no, I'm saying depth. Like my hand, it has depth in it. It's not just one straight line. It's bones, it's ligaments, it's blood. All of that is in depth in my hand. It's substance in it. So that substance, I visualize the Earth as that, but there's rings, just like how we have ice walls. These ice walls are basically walls that are rings around our planet. So there's different planes of existence on Earth itself. We live on Earth in the middle, but in that ring, there's Earth, but there's an outer ring. And then there's an outer ring of that. So there's 3 different rings of Earth. And I have a picture of it. Let me put it on the screen real quick. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold up. So I visualize it as this. Right? So the first little, does that make sense? The first little ring, that's Earth. Then there's an outer ring. And then there's a bigger ring. And in between this little space, you got water, you got islands, all that shit. This ice shit right here is just the space in between that divides it, right? So, let's go back to the goddamn the regular screen. So, when I visualize that, I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So now we get to a point where I'm like, okay, so how do I connect to different versions of us? Because I know that there's an idea or this word called superposition. And it basically means that one cell, it can be in all other spaces, or like for instance, if you take a rat and the mother of that rat and separate them by hundreds of thousands of miles, if you do one thing to that baby rat, the mom gonna feel it because they're quantumly connected due to their connection, mother and daughter or mother and son. Or it's the same thing with people. If you have a very, very, very close friend, whatever they're feeling, you're gonna like kind of have like an oomph to it, and you may even think about them. That's actually a good time to call a friend. Damn, that shit just hit me. Whoa. Damn. So, with that being said, I asked my soulless self, how can we connect to different versions of us? And he was like, well, you've already connected the 2. Visualize the Earths. So I'm like, visualize the Earths? What do you mean? He said, well, here, look in front of you. And we're in like the in-between space of like the portal into our destination. And I see 4 separate Earths. 4 separate Earths. And when I see the 4, I'm like, oh shit, this is dope. So I'm like, okay, we access one of them. One of them is O. the lion head earth body or human body. Now O essentially is a feline creature, a feline being that is in a ninth dimension. Now, we had ended up asking what is the ninth dimension? Like, what really is that? I'm not gonna lie. The ninth dimension is like, imagine life how it is now, but you can see the energy of light hitting your body. You can see the energy of the wind, and you can see the vibrations of people. So meaning everything is open and aware. Nothing is necessarily still. And if it is still, it's vibrating slowly still. But you can see the vibration of it moving. It's kind of like when you at a stop sign. You know how when the wind is like blowing and you can see the stop sign moving or the stop light moving? It's the same thing, but on a greater scale. You see the aura of the red light pour out. You're seeing the wind slightly touch it and what it's doing to the light, besides just wind touching it. It's like you see a physical representation of it type of thing. That's the best way I can explain the ninth dimension. What do I do for a living? So what I do for a living is I make music. I also do YouTube. I also take time to meditate a lot. I take care of myself and I get better with creativity and speaking. That's what I do for a living, real shit. I get better at being creative and I speak my truth. So to continue, now Joe was the turtle head human body. Joe was describing to me and Chris that our reality is so fixed on speeding up, going fast, high numbers. It's so fixed on trying to do things so fast that when things actually slow down, we don't know what the fuck to do. And this is why the power of meditation, or the glory of meditation, is good. Cold Star, thank you for being here too. I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna enjoy going back and listening to this because I'm like, whoa. All right, so to continue, after we leave these two earths, we have to visit the other two. I haven't visited the other two earths that I saw in the meditation. So I have to connect back to my soulless body and connect to these other two earths so I can come not only express it to y'all, but understand why or how I'm connected to them. So let's continue. After we leave from Joe, then we go all the way to, the Joe Rogan podcast setup. Then we go to the two earths. Then we do this. All right. This is when, for people whose belief system may be Christianity or something like that, your shit may get fucked up in what I'm about to say. What's up, Umar Studios Promotion? Thank you for sliding through. I'm doing good, family. Hope you're doing good too. So look, in this part of the meditation, I remember Chris saying, I want you to go to your abyss. I said, oh, okay. So my soulless self basically like flies up and like grabs a hold of me and lifts me up too. You know how in space is complete darkness, right? We go up, nigga, it's complete darkness times 10. Like it's dark. Like, you know when you close your eyes and you see like a little bit of light form a little bit? Nah, it was dark. Like, nigga, darkity dark. Nigga, it was dark. Like, I can't see nothing type of dark. Like, it's dark. So I'm like, damn, this dark as you. Like, what? It's darker than normal. So then Chris says, I want you to call your protectors for it. I said, huh? I got that? He's like, yeah, of course. Everyone has them. I'm like, okay. The protectors of me, please come forward. bro, a gorilla comes forward, praying mantis comes forward, a little motherfucking like, not a rat, but like a little squirrel, low key, like a little squirrel comes forward. Like, you know the dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, the raccoon, smaller than that. So yeah, squirrel. And it was one other person too. I can't remember. He may not want to be remembered right now, because I do remember one of the people. Excuse me. I remember one of the people in the meditation in the abyss. They're so tapped into the abyss, they don't want to even be like called into the physical reality type of thing. Like they don't, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those. If you're here right now, please leave a like. This story time could be helpful to you in your journey, and it may just make you want to dive deeper into yourself. Because this meditation is me going into self, not nowhere else. So, as we go into the abyss, I connect to these different aspects of me, right? Then this shit happens. He was like, I want you to call one of the Elohims for it. I said, Elohu? I know who Elohims are, but it surprised me that he's asking me that. So, an old man comes forward with like a long beard, like gray, long beard. And he had long hair too. I mean, it was like black and gray. So when he came through, I was like, who are you? He had a staff in his hand. I was like, wait, are you Moses? He laughs like, yeah, I am. So this is how this conversation goes. I'm like, hold up. My nigga, you no longer physically exist. So why are you choosing to come here with an old body when you could be any version of yourself that you want to be? He was like, because right now this suits the conversation that we're about to have. I said, oh, okay, well shit, let me buckle up. So, as we buckle up, we get to this point where he tells me, that, wait, hold up. Let me slow down. He didn't tell me nothing yet. I asked him this question. I asked him, why are you here right now? Why out of all the higher ups, you come forward? He tells me because if I'm able to split the sea and set my people free, you're able to split the paradigm of falsehood, of lies, and bring people to truth. I said, oh, well, thank you, family. I appreciate that. That deserves the chips. So here's the next part. Chris asks, like after that moment, he was like, damn, okay, that's dope. He was like, ask him about the burning bush. I said, that's a good question. I was like, hey, if you're here right now, aren't you able to like manipulate elements? He said, well, with a higher awareness, you can manipulate anything. So I said, oh, okay. So on this burning bush incident, were you essentially connecting with the elements of fire, just like how you did with the elements of water when you split the sea? He says, yes. This is what he says. The information I gained from that burning bush was from the etherical element of fire itself, the pre-mortal form of what fire is. I connected and spoke to it at the top of the mountain. And the reason why no one else can really be up there with me is because my vibration of understanding and physical application was at such a level, I couldn't have nobody else around me because it'll throw off the frequency of the communication. You ever been around your friend and the vibes is fire? This is a great example. And the vibes is lit. But the moment you bring someone else around, they throw the whole vibe off. You and your friend can't even like do what y'all usually do. And if you do, it feels weird because that person isn't like adding on to the pie. So that's essentially how I took that experience Moses had. Him and God, or him and the fire frequency, the gravitational vibe of fire, he spoke to that and came down to earth, or came down to the was it Israelites? I don't know the story 100%. But he came down to his people and said, these are the 10 commandments. And he gained those commandments from a fire elemental being. This fire elemental being he generated and connected to. So then I was like, hold up. That makes sense. Now I gotta ask you this now. When the people started worshiping the bull, were you essentially trying to, not essentially trying to, when those people were worshiping a bull, what did you perceive in that story originally, instead of what they said in the Bible? Let me tell you what this nigga said. Let me, hold up. I need to reload. Because he said some, boy, let me breathe. This is what he said. If you were to take a bull's head and turn it upside down, what do you see? I'm like, what? What do you mean? He says, what do you see? I see an upside down bull with horns. What does a man have? A dick and balls. If you turn it, the head, dick, the horns, balls. So I'm like, are you saying they started to worship the bull because they were stuck in their lower self? And he's like, yes, exactly. Now, for those who don't understand what lower self means, you're literally, your head is the lighthouse. Anything below you, lower self. Anything above you, higher self. Your heart is the magnet, is the center, yet it's still below your head. The problem with these people, they started to worship their flesh to the point of just sexual interaction and not from a heartfelt communication. And you got to think about it. What color was that bull? Was it bronze? Was it gold? What was it? That bull was bronze. Even if it is gold, it may be both gold or bronze, I don't know. But think about it. Bronze is just an unrefined version of gold. Gold is when you clean up the bronze up a bit. They could be interchangeable colors. Yes, they're different, but interchangeable. Point of the matter is, gold and bronze are they attach to the lower bodies of you. Bronze, brown, your facts, W chips. Bronze is the earth star chakra below your feet. Gold is the solar plexus. So it's still below you. They just started to believe into something that's worse than who they really are, because they didn't have no thing to believe in because they were slaved. That's essentially what's going on a lot now with people that believe in certain religions when we've already understood the falseness of the religion. And this is not me shooting shots at any religious story or religious anything like that. It's just a fact. You can go on TikTok right now and you can type in the Bible's lies or something like that. I haven't done it, but I'm pretty sure you can. The Bible has a lot of shit that's not necessarily true, but also a lot of shit that is true. That's why it's still a book that people can specific. It's still a book that people align with as the book or basic. People look at the Bible as basic instructions before leaving Earth. And that's okay. We are starting to learn more as a people that, hey, you believe what you believe, I'm gonna believe what I believe. Just don't disrespect me. Respect me, please, and I'm gonna respect you. And I love that for us. I love that for human beings, because now we can actually live in the state of freedom that we want. Now the earth can start allowing people to differentiate from themselves and live in the alignment that they want to live. And here's the thing, that's all this shit that's going on with Trump and his tariffs and all of that. America is changing, bro. Like, genuinely. America's changing little by little. And the change that I see is that people are going to start utilizing their talents and skills as a way to help the community, instead of just trying to make a quick buck so they can survive the next week. It's gonna take time, a lot of time, but I feel like that can happen. I feel like that can genuinely happen with consistency, with vulnerability, with more people doing stuff like this, and even more people allowing themselves to speak freely without any filters. And then the viewer or the person listening is not judging them based on what they say. You could give an opinion. Opinion and a judgment is different. Opinion is an idea. Like, hey, you should try this. A judgment is like, ugh, you nasty for this. Like, it's a difference. You feel me? So let me go ahead and finish the story, because we almost at an hour and I didn't even want it to be this long. So look, as I'm still talking to Moses, I then asked him, since you came to me in this old version, is there another aspect of you that you can allow yourself to be? Because let's be honest, you're not in a physical body no more. You're literally in the abyss. It's dark as shit up here. I'm lucky I can even see you. What are other forms of you? The frequency and the god of Thoth came forth. The Egyptian god of writing, literature, and magic. He came forth. He transformed into him, actually. He transformed into Thoth, actually. Right? When he transformed into him, what happened was, Thoth is a body jumper, meaning he was one of the men of existence who can transform their consciousness to other bodies consciously. For instance, you could project yourself in somebody else's body consciously, but how long can you hold your consciousness in their body? You will end up being a bystander or something like that. Like, for instance, this person that's driving at the stop sign right now, I could visualize myself inside of him or as him, but I will only be like an ear, or the glasses he's wearing, or the hat, something like that, right? But Thoth, he's gained the ability to create actual bodies and manifest himself into that body and control the body. So I say that to say, Thoth and Moses are essentially the same being. Thoth and Moses are essentially the same being. What people may overlook or may overthink or not even acknowledge, a lot of the gods that was in Samaria, that's in Egypt, are the same gods that we hear and talk about in today's religion, in your Islam, in your Christianity. They're the same ones. All they did was change the names. All they did was change the names. Because you got to understand, gods are guides, meaning they guide you with the tools that they have to help you. Because in their journey, they've done what they've done to gain the tools to help themselves. And because they no longer exist in the physical reality, what do? They guide us to do exactly either what we want or what they want, vice versa. It varies. It definitely varies. So we're going to slow it down right now and ground ourselves a bit, because that was the peak of the meditation. Now, as I started to bring myself back down from the abyss, I gave thanks to everyone I connected with. Everyone. I gave a thank you. I gave a I appreciate you. I love you. God damn, I rock with y'all. Right? For those who don't know, a thank you goes a long way. A long way. You could be doing shitty in life, but the person that you said thank you to could be doing great, and they see you doing bad, and all they remember the last thing is that your connection with them was a good one. You left with thanks, gratitude, and love. They can give you everything you need to move forward. Everything. It all depends on if you're going to use it or not. So I speak this story to let you know that your imagination and belief system carries across multitudes of life. Because of my ability to be so open-minded, so open-hearted, it allowed me to experience this moment of exploration within my own soul and gain codes to continue to live life to the fullest. So if you stayed the whole time, I want you to know that you're ready to evolve. You're ready to put yourself in position to be better than you ever have before. All you have to do is take the necessary steps. And if you need help to figuring out what's the first 3 steps, the first step is to accept you. If you get mad at you for doing you, you're not helping you. If you do stuff that you like and it may be a little toxic or a little whatever, bro, that's okay. Accept it. Don't fight it. Now that you've truly accepted, what do you want to change? You accept that you may have fucked up in your last interaction or whatever. I don't know. Accept it. All right, what would you change? You change this, that, and the third. Okay, cool. How do I prepare for the next time? If you can accept, change, and prepare yourself for the next things that you're doing, you will get better at living your life. How do I know this? Because life is not about the experiences that you have, at least from my opinion. There's always 2 sides to every coin. So I'm not going to say it's not about the experiences, because the experiences will make life worthwhile. It's about the experiences and the feelings that you have during all of it. The experiences and how you felt. Because the experience is a mental thing. Your mind wants to see everything, nigga. What? I can't wait to see this. I've been visualizing this all day. Your mind can't wait to see it. But then your body is the thing that's feeling it. Your body is the one that's actually going through all of what's going on. So it's about you experiencing what you're going through and also having the ability to understand, accept, allow the feeling of it to come through you. When you allow the feeling of it to come through you, it's like you're aligning yourself with a pre-mortal existence, helping you be greater than you. You can call that God. You can call that fire, just like Moses did at the burning bush. You can call it whatever you want, whatever title that you want it to be, as long as your relationship with it is beautiful. As long as your relationship with it is amazing, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, there's nobody in this world that can stop you more than you stopping you. We all talk about mental health. This is simply your ability to not accept what you've done to either you or other people. When you can accept yourself, your mental health gets better. Real shit. When you can accept, like truly accept yourself, your mental health gets better. So that's the end of this video. And if you ever thinking like, all right, nigga, you saying all this, what is something you going to do right now? Bro, I wasn't even finna go live. I was talking about and thinking about this all day, but I wasn't gonna go live. Why? Because I feel like I wasn't good enough. I should dive into it more. All these excuses. You know what I did instead that allowed me to go live? I accepted myself. I accept myself for who I am. And then what I do next? The next thing I did, I made small changes to allow myself to get into the flow of the conversation, of the memory, of the views, of all of these things. I changed it. I changed myself to fit the vibration of what I want to give. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for listening. We are at an hour. I didn't even think I was going to get to an hour in this one. This is the longest live I've done in a long time. So if you appreciated the vibe, if you appreciated the flow, if you appreciated it, man, I appreciate you for being here. I don't know if it cut off or anything, but if you're here last minute, just go into the beginning. It's a cool journey in this conversation. So thank you. Subscribe for more. Like, thank you, Co-Star, for being here this whole time. I appreciate you, dog. I'll be going live again tomorrow around the same time. In case y'all want to come through and talk to the kid, chop it up with the kid, and we'll talk about some things that either is on my spirit or on my soul, all right? Love y'all. Peace. Have a good one.